Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This here is Mr. Collector, and today we're going to explore a question I pondered about, and that I assume many people pondered about after first seeing it. Was Pierre Bellec right to kill the assassin mentor Mirabeau of the Parisian Brotherhood for supposedly betraying the Assassin Brotherhood? First, to better understand these two assassins, we're going to take a look at their backgrounds and what kind of lives they lived. Let's start with Bellec. Pierre Bellec was born in 1741 in New France, and at the age of 16 he joined the French colonial militia, even taking place in the 7 Years' War, or as most of us Americans know it by the title, the French and Indian War. And Bellec actually did quite well, even earning a commendation for his valor at the Battle of Fort Bull. It was at around this time he discovered his assassin lineage and joined the colonial brotherhood. As the war raged on, the Templars initiated a purge of the colonial assassins. It was during this time Bellec witnessed the Templars commit ruthless acts, even claiming he had seen Templars massacre entire villages just for the chance to kill one assassin. And I believe this actually terrified Bellec, as he left the militia and traveled to France, managing to barely escape the purge just before the remnants of the colonial assassins were crushed. Bellec then settled in Paris, becoming a master assassin and a member of the French Assassin Council, and was given the task of training apprentices of the order, and became a tutor to Charles Dorian, who we all know as Arnaud's father. While on one mission, Charles was locked in a sword fight with a Templar when Bellec assassinated the Templar from above, then passing Charles the latter's pocket watch, telling him that he needed to return to his son safely. So now here we know Bellec actually really cared for Charles, and even though it's not shown, I believe that Bellec took Charles's death very hard, which is why I believe he ended up not caring about himself enough to take on the task of getting himself arrested and thrown to prisons all around Paris to find mysterious glyphs containing cryptic messages of the past. In May of 1789, Bellec managed to have himself thrown into the Bastille. It was here he met Arnaud, the son of Charles, and began to train him to become an assassin for 2 months until July 14th, when the Bastille was stormed by revolutionists. It was during the storming of the Bastille that Bellec and Arnaud escaped, but before parting ways gave Arnaud a medallion saying it would lead him to the Brotherhood. We also learned that although Bellec cared for Arnaud, that he was not willing to let the Brotherhood be compromised, telling Arnaud during his first assassination that should he fail to take his own life, which was the way during the Leviathan era, sorry if I butchered that pronunciation. Bellec also strongly opposed the alliance with Elise, a Templar, but was paid no heed by Mirabeau, who sought peace with the Templars. Bellec then gave Mirabeau a chance to change his mind, but when Mirabeau would not listen to Bellec, he snuck I forget what the poison is called into Mirabeau's drink, which killed Mirabeau. But Bellec still gave Mirabeau his final rites. Arnaud eventually tracked down Bellec, and Bellec tried to explain to Arnaud that he was attempting to rebuild the order with greater strength, power, and conviction, and tried to get Arnaud to join him, and when Arnaud refused, it resulted in the two dueling. Arnaud did gain the upper hand eventually in the duel and killed Bellec, as Bellec tried to kill Elise and told Arnaud if he is not killed, he will not stop. And that is the background for the Bellec. Now let's go on to Mirabeau's background. Mirabeau has a lot about him that I'm going to skip over a little bit. I'm going to get to the main details about him because there's just so much to cover. Mirabeau's name is a bit of a long one, so I'm just going to call him Mirabeau. Now, then Mirabeau was born in 1749 to a wealthy aristocrat family in Le Bigan, I believe is how it's called. I apologize for the pronunciation. Long story short, Mirabeau would spend many years in and out of prisons, avoiding creditors and engaging in affairs with various women. While in one prison, he seduced the jailer's wife, and the two eloped to Switzerland. And it was at this time Mirabeau joined the Assassin Order and became a trusted acquaintance also of Charles Dorian. In 1777, Mirabeau was arrested and imprisoned, accused of rape, and sentenced to death, although he was later released from prison in 1782. Mirabeau was known to have a kind side, though, especially for the lower class, even paying a butler twice his wage to clean his house. Mirabeau managed to arrange a truce between the assassins and Templars with Grand Master Delasere, and although Delasere was murdered that night, Mirabeau believed the Templars would uphold their truce. He did accept Arnaud into the Brotherhood and did seem to care for Arnaud a great deal. Now let's take a look at these men's personalities. Bellec was a rather grizzled individual with a crude sense of humor, but was very loyal to the Brotherhood and refusing peace with the Templars at all costs. It should also be noted that Bellec planned to poison the other Assassin Council members to ensure none stood in his way of becoming the new mentor and rebuilding a new Brotherhood. Bellec was in a way a bit of a radical, but let us keep in mind how much Bellec had seen. He had seen the horrors of war, while Mirabeau was drinking and with women and getting thrown into prisons all across Paris. Mirabeau, on the other hand, was born into wealth and never really experienced war, but still showed concern for the Brotherhood and the country. Now, before I deliver my opinion on this matter, I must say I don't believe either of these men were necessarily bad, but both did what they thought was right to ensure the best for the Brotherhood and the country. But now for the question, was Bellec right? Was he right to kill Mirabeau? In all honesty, yes, I believe he was correct in poisoning Mirabeau and trying to rebuild the Brotherhood. Now, for those of you who are saying, this dude is a dumbass, how did Mirabeau deserve to die? Well, hear me out on this. Mirabeau was a relatively carefree individual. He was born into a life of wealth. He loved whoring around with women and drinking, and there's really nothing wrong with that if you're Charlie Sheen. But the main fact of the matter is, Mirabeau never really saw war, and he really never saw the evil the Templars were capable of like Bellec did. I mean, Bellec saw the absolute worst of the Templars, and Bellec had every right to be worried. I mean, the Assassins and Templars at this time had been fighting for over 1,000 years, and Bellec saw his Brotherhood be basically destroyed, and the only other things I know of that have been fighting basically since the beginning of time is God and Satan and cats and dogs. Bellec really did what he did because he saw the worst of the Templars. In all honesty, would peace between the two actually last? I mean, they have been fighting for just centuries over centuries. It's basically impossible to, with such two different ideologies. So to me, no, Bellec was not a traitor. He did what he did because he wanted to try to save the Brotherhood. Now, if it would have been under better or worse control with Bellec in charge, I do not know. I will cover this in another video if you wish me to, but I'd like to see how this video goes first. But I would love to hear your guys' opinion on that matter in the comments too, below. And if you enjoyed this video, I really appreciate you hitting that like and subscribe button. And by doing all three of these, you'll be entered in this month's giveaway for a $20 PlayStation card. And if you do have the time to, please join my Discord chat server. I'd love to talk about games with you guys. And until then, I will see you guys later. Peace out.